Hello everyone, I am Lagrosa Bivolin, Visit English to Student, and today I will be going to discuss to you the continuation of the topic about reading comprehension. By the way, before I proceed my topic, let's go back first of what reading comprehension is. So, as we all know that reading comprehension is the ability or the capacity to perceive, understand, and comprehend the text being read. Through the process of learning to read, we can use reading as a way to gather information and learning new things. So generally, reading comprehension skills are first, note details. So in note details, we should locate answers to WH, how, and why questions and demonstrate knowledge of story grammar by being able to identify setting, characters, and main events. So, in note details, here we should target this skill by asking the simple WH, the WH questions, how and why questions. So, just like what, when, where, how, and why. So, let's say for example, why did the author write this passage? What are the main events? Who are the characters? Where is the setting of the passage? And etc. So, those are some questions that you can use. So, the next is to get the main idea. So, in getting the main idea, we have to distinguish big ideas from small ideas, give appropriate title, identify key sentences, skim the general idea on what the material is about, and find the topic sentence. So in getting the main idea, of course, in reading comprehension, we should get the main idea and key details so that we can be able to recognize the big picture in a passage. We can use skimming. Yes, because in skimming we only look and find the main ideas. So we read it quickly, or in skimming we read quickly because we only look or find the main ideas only. So the next is to organize ideas. So in organizing ideas, we should classify related ideas or concepts under proper headings and give a heading or title for text. So of course, in organizing ideas, we should classify the general ideas to the specific ideas. And for the next part is to sequence events. So in sequencing events, there is a perceived relationship. So identify cause-effect relationship, give cause-effect relationship in paragraph or passages read. So in sequencing events, reader must be able to recognize first, then, last or beginning, middle, end, and put those events into a sequence. So why do we sequence the events? So it is because sequencing events, it can help to support in identification of the main idea and key details, because we are putting the events of the story in order. So the next is, okay, so there are 6 categories of reading questions you are sure to face. So let us know these 6 categories. So the first one is the main idea questions. So the main idea questions that test your ability is to find the central thought of a passage or to judge its significance of intake the following form. So just like the main point of the passage is to, the passage is primarily concerned with, the author's primary purpose in this passage is to, and the chief theme of the passage can be best described as, which of the following titles best describes the content of the passage, and which of the following statements best expresses the main idea of the passage. So these following are some examples of getting the main idea questions, or getting the main idea, or to find the central thought of the passage. So those are the following some sample. The next categories is finding specific details questions. So finding specific details questions, it can test your ability to understand what the author states explicitly are often worded. So just like according to the author states all of the following except according to the passage, the chief characteristic of the subject is, which of the following statements is or are best supported by the passage, which of the following is not cited in the passage as evidence of. So these following are, you can use this as the questions to find the specific details in the passage. So it can help, this following can help you to find the most, or in finding specific or key details. So the next categories is drawing inferences questions. Drawing inferences questions can test your ability to go beyond the author's explicit statements and see what these statements imply may be worded. So just like it can be inferred from the passage. The passage suggests that the author would support which of the following views. The author implies that. The author apparently feels that. According to the passage, it is likely that. Yeah, and the passage is most likely directed toward an audience of. And the last one is, which of the following statements about can be inferred from the passage? Those are the following questions in drawing inferences. So the next category is technique questions that test your ability to recognize a passage's method of organization or technique often are worded. Which of the following best describes the development of this passage? So we can use these questions. Another is, in presenting the argument, the author does all the following except. The relationship between the second paragraph and the first paragraph can be best described as. In the passage, the author makes the central point primarily by. And the last one is, the organization of the passage can be best described as. So these following are the some technique questions that you can use to recognize a passage method of organization or technique. So that's all for my part. Before I end this video, I will give you a fact. So when students have strong reading comprehension skills, they are able to apply the reading in meaningful ways. In other words, they can take the information they have read about and use it to answer questions, write opinions, or even create something new. Readers with comprehension skills make connections with what they read. They think about the new information in a critical way and come up with new ways to use the information. And that's all. Thank you for listening, and God bless everyone.